What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another Eastside Flag video. Um, that's my baby in the background, so just ignore them. They're a little sleepy, tired from Easter. Happy Easter, y'all. I wish I could say I had a fantastic Easter. Like, it was a great Easter. Enjoyed the time with the fam and all that, but could have been fantastic if the Orioles didn't decide to do the most embarrassing thing of all of 2025. I mean, I thought, like, after Andrews dropped that ball on a 2-point conversion, I thought that was the most embarrassing thing that I was gonna see because I feel like I could have made that catch. Like, all you had to do was catch the ball, but clearly, he couldn't do that in the clutch, and I thought that was embarrassing, losing to the Bills like that. And then the Orioles decided that, that that they wanted to do this. Like, what the fuck, man? We're fucking fourth in the AL East now, and this is not okay. We're 4-6 in our last 10. I mean, like, what are we doing? Absolutely insane. And crazily enough, like wildly enough, we're only 4.5 back of first, which is ridiculous. But this was a much needed off day for us. I'm shooting this obviously at 1 in the morning, so um, yeah, we're in the off day now. Thank goodness we left that terrible Easter game behind. I mean, this is pathetic. 7 runs in the third inning. Like, we lost the game right here. Everybody talks about, oh, they put up 24 runs on 25 hits with 1 error, all that BS. And yes, they did stop us. But I mean, after this point, we gave up in the third inning. You're down 8 runs. So you're down 7 runs. You gave up 8 runs in the first 3 innings. Like, you can't expect to win that way. I mean, just ridiculous. It's all Reds in this. There's 2 things that are Oriole related. So, in the scoring summary, I mean, pathetic. 24 runs put up by the Reds. And I get it, we had position players out there. And it was a very, very frustrating loss. And you look at the Reds, everybody was hitting. Everybody was hitting. Everybody had an RBI. 6 RBIs for wins, 7 for Marte. Like, they did a fantastic job. I think that there is a huge overreaction from Oriole fans, though. Let me explain. When you look at this series overall, and you look at the Guardians series, and you look at series where the Orioles have played a complete game, you don't see scores like this. This is just unfortunate as hell. This is You got your ass beat in 3 innings and you gave up and you let them put belt to ass. Like, no lie. So I think to go to an extreme of, like, that I was seeing of, like, sell the team, get rid of Elias, get rid of Hyde. Trust me, I'm not a Hyde fan. I think he's done a fine job with the injuries and the lineup that he's had to face. You've had to face good teams all year. We haven't gotten a layup. Like, none of these games, when you look at these 9 wins and 12 losses, and you look at who we've played, right? You have had to face good teams throughout. You had to start with the Blue Jays, who are second in the division right now. You had to play the Red Sox, who are third in the division. Or either way, they're flipped. You just had to play the second and third place teams in your division off rip. That's already difficult. You had to play a Royals team that is proving that they are pretty good, beating teams like, I don't know, the Tigers today. And you had to play the Diamondbacks, who are in a very ridiculously tough division. Then you had to play the Blue Jays again, and then you got to go play the Cardinals. These games are not difficult. The problem is you should have took 2 or 3 from the Reds. But you look at these games, 9-5, 8-3. The pitching has been the problem. We now know the kind of the pinpoint, that one thing that you need to change. And here's the thing, that's gonna get fixed by the end of the season. It's just, can they stay within the race before the All-Star break? Hopefully, this is why I'm saying it's an overreaction, because hopefully by the All-Star break, Elias gets it together and decides, I'm going to go out and get a starter. I'm going to go out and spend the money. Look, the team is healthy right now. Let's go out. Let's get somebody that's going to take this team over the edge. You just got to stay within really 4 games, 3 games. If you're 3 or 4 games out of the division, you easily could win the division getting a starter back. You have to really lock it in though, because this schedule's not easy. You got to go play the Nationals on the road, go play the Tigers, and then the Yankees come back at home, and then you have to play the Royals again. You really only have the Nationals as a little layup, so you need to sweep the Nationals. You have to sweep the Nationals. Sweep the Nationals, take 2 of 3 from the Tigers, take 2 or 3 from the Yankees. And that's a huge ask with how beat up this team is. This team has got a lot of injuries. The Yankees have a lot of injuries too, but they've been playing more complete. And some people are arguing that they have an easy schedule. I don't believe that. I think they played just as hard teams as we have. I think that sometimes, sometimes players are not in a slump to start the season, and the Orioles have multiple guys that started off hot in spring training. First game this season, it plummeted. So I think that now a lot of these guys are getting out of their slumps now. Westberg had a hit today. Marchman hit the home run today. So hopefully these guys are getting out of their slump, and that can help us win 2 of 3 down the line from the teams that we need to. But you really need to start taking series, and then obviously down here it loosens up. And then gets more difficult again, and then loosens up. So obviously, like, right, records and shit are gonna flex. Things are gonna happen, but I don't think it's time to sell the team. It is not time to get rid of Hyde. I'm not a Hyde appreciate. Like, I don't appreciate all of what Hyde has done. I'm not a Hyde fan. I am a Hyde hater. But I think this year I have to give him credit, and I think that he's done a pretty good job. And I am the first one to be like, you did this wrong, you did this wrong. Like, and I think that the crowd booing was absolutely deserved. I had that conversation with my mother and my father. They both were like, I don't know. Booing seems. My dad was all for Charlie Morton getting booed off because, he hasn't had a good start and he's cost us 4 games. And if you take Charlie Morton out of the mix, it's a totally different record. Like, that's crazy to say, but I think the biggest thing is that they need starting pitching and to not overreact as fans. You can boo all you want. If you was at that game and you were booing, I I'm with you, man. Like, that was an embarrassing loss. An embarrassing loss that, everybody's gonna rag you for. But it's how do you respond? How do you um get back? And the title is clickbait, per usual. I'm not embarrassed to be an Orioles fan. I'm gonna rep the Orioles. We just need a little vacation. I got the Hawaiian shirt on. We need a little vacation from this. Get rid of it. We gonna forget about it and be in a real good spot. And I'm still calling that we win the AL East. I know that's crazy, but I feel like the Orioles are gonna get healthier. Hopefully Elias goes and spend. Now, if he doesn't, then you can call for his head. But I think it's too early to be putting Elias in that position. So I think that the Orioles need to do 3 things for me to feel confident about my statement of them winning the AL East. If they sweep the Nationals and win the next 3 series, and that's a lot to ask to sweep a team. You haven't won more than 2 games in a row, and I'm asking you to go win 3 on the road. It's a tough task, but look, I think if they can sweep the Nationals and win these next 2 series against 2 really good teams, then they're right up with those good teams. If not, then we can have conversations. But this team is going to be getting healthier and healthier as the season goes on, hopefully. You're going to get Kjerstad back. It looks like hopefully Grayson Rodriguez. Now, there's no Grayson Rodriguez news soon, but you're getting Wells back and you're getting Bradish back. And those guys are 2 phenomenal pitchers that are going to strengthen your lineup. They're going to be better than a PJ Morton and a chart. PJ Morton, what am I saying? I'm sorry. If I'm a musician, I don't know why PJ Morton just came out. Go check him out if you haven't. Fantastic artist. Um, uh, Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton and replace Gabe Povich. I love him, but just not a great start. Hopefully you get Eflin back. When you are getting these pitchers back, we're going to be winning more games, and we're going to be right up there with the best teams. So you got to watch out for the Orioles. But really, they need to win these next two, win the next two series, and they need to make a move at the All-Star break if they are in it, and continue to hit the ball. Those are the three things, and they will be fine. And it's gonna be a crazy year, but hopefully we'll take our little vacation. We got our off day tomorrow, jump back into it, and be in a good position. So I don't think it's time to freak out yet. But goddamn, that was an embarrassing loss, and it stung. But hopefully we can get all that out the way, get all of this bullshit, all of these losses, all of this nonsense out of the way early in the season, lock it in, win the AL East, and get that home field advantage for wherever we're playing. And for whoever we're playing against. So it's really all a matter of trying to get better, get healthier, and I think the Orioles will be in a really good spot. And there's been a lot of frustration with injuries. There's been a lot of frustrations with the team, but if we can get through this, I think that this team's going to be really strong. And I was pissed today. I was very annoyed watching this game. A lot of errors, a lot of the same things that I've been talking about. But if we can get through this, I think this team's going to be a really good spot. So thank you for watching. Subscribe below. Follow the Insta for more content. And I will see y'all in the next one, hopefully with great news. Peace.